Hey friends, hello and welcome to Coordinate Geometry. In this part, we'll be covering all the key concepts of coordinate geometry, and not just that, we'll also be covering the previous years of CAT questions. Everything from coordinate geometry in one brief video. So let's begin. I'm sure you've all seen the concept booster cards posted on Instagram. If you've not, check it out. It'll help you revise. Now let's begin and let's understand the concepts first. First of all, let's understand the quadrants. So whenever you have a coordinate axis, you have the horizontal x-axis and the vertical y-axis. The right side of this axis is positive, left side is negative. The upward side of y is positive, the downward side is negative. Now if you combine x and y, you get four quadrants. Quadrant 1 where x is positive, y is positive. Quadrant 2 where y is positive, x is negative. Quadrant 3 where x is negative, y is negative. And finally the fourth quadrant where x is positive and y is negative. So that is how you define any point. Now let's see, for example, this point minus 3, 4. The first number represents x always and the second number represents y always. So x, y. Now the sign of the first number is minus. So minus 3 and second number is positive. So x is negative and y is positive. This will lie in second quadrant. Now what does these number represent? Minus 3, 4 represents that the value of x is minus 3. Effectively, the distance from the y-axis for this point is 3 and distance from the x-axis for this point is 4. Now, I hope the basic about quadrants and representing a point is very clear. Similarly, where will minus 5, minus 5 be? It will be 5 units from both x-axis and y-axis, and it will be in the third quadrant because both x and y are negative. Moving forward, talking about points. So a few key things about points. One thing is very simple. You represent any point x1, y1, that is your first point. Second point is x2, y2. Then if you have to divide this line, let's say you have to calculate the midpoint. That's very simple. Add the x coordinates and take an average. So x1 plus x2 by 2. Take y1 and y2 and take average. So y1 plus y2 by 2. That's your middle point. But if you have to divide this line in a certain ratio, let's say the ratio is m is to n. Internally, if you want to divide, then the resulting xy coordinate will be x will be mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, and y will be my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Let's take a very simple example. Let's say the first point is 0, 0, and let's say the second point is 10, 10. In that case, let's say if I have to divide this number in the ratio of 3 is to 2, then what is this point? 3 into 10 plus 2 into 0, 30 divided by 3 plus 2, which is 5. So 6 is the x coordinate. Similarly, 3 into 10, 30 plus 2 into 0, 30 divided by 5 again. So what is the point that divides the line in the ratio 3 is to 2? Will be 6, 6. I hope this is clear to you. So that's how you apply the section formula. This is also called section formula. In case of a triangle, so let's say you have a triangle and you have 3 vertices. So let's say the 3 vertices are x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. Then the centroid of this triangle, centroid is the point where the medians intersect, right? So this centroid is given as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. That's the x coordinate, and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Similarly, you can calculate in center also. That's slightly rare, but you can see the formula here and you can find out. But the section formula is very, very important, and midpoint formula is also very important from CAT standpoint. There is an extension to the section formula. In the section formula, we understood mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. That is in case of internally. Let's say you have 2 points here, A and B, and you have another point C here, such that the ratio now between AC here m and BC here is n. Now it is this point is outside the line segment. In that case, your answer will change slightly. It will become mx2 minus nx1 upon m minus n and my2 minus ny1 upon m minus n. That is again slightly rare, but you should know this as well. Next bit is about lines. About lines, there are a few things you want to understand. Whenever you have a line, which basically is joining 2 points P and Q, the angle that the line makes with the positive x-axis, let's say that angle is theta, then tangent of that angle is also called the slope of the line. So that is how the slope of the line is defined, right? And the general form of line is y is equal to mx plus c. Here m is nothing but the slope of the line and c is the y-intercept. What is y-intercept? This length. The length that the line cuts on the y-axis, that is also called the y-intercept. First thing we will have to understand here is the distance formula, which is again very, very important. Between 2 points, if you want to calculate the distance, is calculated by distance formula x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So that's your distance formula. Let's say there are points, let's say the first point is 3, 4, the second point is let's say 5, 6. What is the distance? Root over 5 minus 3, 2 square, which is 4, 6 minus 4, 2 square, which is 4, root 8, which is 2 root 2. How can I calculate the slope of this line? Can be calculated. So if you have 2 points, the slope of the line is also given as y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So 6 minus 4 is 2, 5 minus 3 is 2, so that is equal to 1. Now what is the angle this line will make with the positive x-axis? Since m is equal to 1, which is also given as tan theta, if tan theta is 1, then theta is equal to 45 degrees. I hope you've all revised the trigonometry video which has been shared with all of you. When two lines are perpendicular to each other, let's say the slope of first line is m1, second line is m2. When they are perpendicular, then m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. When two lines are parallel, slope of the first line m1, second line m2, the slopes are equal. Always remember this. Apart from this, let's say we have any line. Let's take any, y is equal to 2x plus 3. Let's say this is the line, right? Which can also be represented as 2x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. Let's say I want to calculate the perpendicular distance between this line and the point 0, 0. How do you calculate it? This is the form. What do? You just put the value of x here. So that becomes 2 into 0 minus. Put the value of y here, 0 plus 3 divided by root over coefficient of here 2, which becomes 2 square, and coefficient of y, which is minus 1 square. Here you will have a root. This becomes 3 upon, you have 4 and you have 1, so root 5. So 3 upon root 5 is the distance. There are some equations of the line. First is obviously y is equal to mx plus c. Another is, for example, let's say going to the last one. For example, let's say this line. Assuming that let's say this point is minus 3, 3. And this point is x is positive, y is negative. So let's say this point is 2, minus 2. Just for example's sake. Now what is the slope of the line? The slope of the line will be y2 minus y1, 5 upon x2 minus x1, minus 5. So that is minus 1. The slope of the line is minus 1. So what you can do is y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is equal to m. That is also one way of representing a line. In case of y1 and x1, you can take any of the points. So y minus, let's say take the first point 3, x minus minus 3, x plus 3 is equal to slope, which is minus 1. So this line can be represented through this equation. So we have seen y is equal to mx plus c, which is called slope intercept form, right? This one. We've also seen point slope form right now. There is also called an intercept form. What is intercept form? Let's say you have the coordinate here and you have a line here. Let's say it makes intercept of a on x-axis and intercept of b on y-axis. Such a line can be represented as x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1. There is another 2-point form which is similar to the point slope form, which is y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This is nothing but the slope only. If you have to note the key aspects which you have to understand from CAT standpoint, and obviously ZAT and other MBA entrance, section formula, and apart from this your distance formula, understanding a little bit of slope, right? If you understand these concepts, then you can also understand equation of line to some extent, but these are must for CAT. So top 3 aspects, if we talk about, these are the top 3 aspects. Now let's solve a few questions to test our concepts, starting with very simple ones. What is the distance between the points 3, 8 and minus 2, minus 7? This becomes 3 plus 2, 5 square, 25, 8 plus 7 becomes 15 square, 225. This becomes root 250, becomes 5 into root 10. So answer is answer option C here. At what point does the line 3x plus 2y is equal to minus 12 intercept the y-axis? What does it mean? You have to express it in the intercept form, slope intercept. Y is equal to mx plus c form. Let's see. So we can write 2y is equal to minus 3x minus 12. So y becomes minus 3 by 2x minus 6, right? So what is the intercept on the y-axis? That is minus 6. So what is the point? Point is 0, minus 6. I hope this is clear to you. So this is quite simple and straightforward. Let's try and apply the concepts into some actual CAT questions, right? Let's begin with a question from CAT 17. 2 points 2, 5 and 6, 3 are endpoints of a rectangle. So 2, 5 is here, 6, 3 is here. If the other diagonal has the equation, so we have a diagonal here and there is another diagonal which we have, the equation is y is equal to 3x plus c. The diagonals of a rectangle will bisect each other. So the midpoint of both the diagonals will coincide. So this point P is the midpoint of AB also and midpoint of CD also. So how can I calculate P? Simple midpoint formula or section formula. 2 plus 6 divided by 2, 4. 5 plus 3 divided by 2, 4. So 4, 4. Now this point must lie in this line. Therefore I'll just put it. So y is equal to 4. 3 into x is equal to 4 plus c. C is equal to minus 8. So the answer is answer option D. I hope this is clear to you. Simple question. Application of section formula or midpoint formula. Let's move forward. See the next question. Area of the region closed region bounded by mod x plus mod y is equal to 2. See, when you convert this number, it will be x, it will be minus x for different values of x. It will be plus y, it will be minus y for different values of y. So this can be written as x plus y is equal to 2 when both are positive. Can be written as minus x plus y is equal to 2 when x is negative. Can be written as x minus y is equal to 2 when y is negative. Can be written as minus x minus y is equal to 2 when both are negative, right? So we, in the 4 quadrants, if you draw first quadrant, x plus y is equal to 2. When you have x negative and y positive, so when x is negative and y is positive, that's your second quadrant. Similarly, when your x is negative, y is negative, third quadrant. And finally, when x is positive and y is negative. So this is how the diagram will look like. Now x plus y is equal to 2. You can also convert it into intercept form. So x by 2 plus y by 2 is equal to 1. So here also you will have 2, 0, here will be 0, 2. There are 4 triangles here. You calculate area of 1 and multiply by 4. So what's this triangle ABC? Half into, this is 2, this is 2. 2 into 2. So this is 2 for one triangle. So there are 4, multiply with 4. The answer is 8. I hope this is clear to you. Again, a good question from CAT 17, and I hope you all know how to draw this graph now. Let S be the set of all points xy in the xy plane such that mod x plus mod y less than equal to 2. Now, we've already seen how to draw mod x plus mod y equal to 2. Now, how do you draw an inequality? You can draw an equality. So mod x plus mod y less than equal to 2. First, let's draw mod x plus mod y equal to 2. So you've drawn mod x plus mod y equal to 2. What is less than equal to 2? It will be a region. Always remember, an inequality represents a region. Which region will it represent? Inside this box or outside the box? Very simple. Take a point inside the box or outside the box and put it. If you put 0 comma 0, 0 plus 0 is less than equal to 2. Satisfied? Therefore, the area inside this box is what is represented by mod x plus mod y less than equal to 2. There is second part which says mod x is greater than equal to 1. So it can represent x greater than equal to 1 or x less than equal to minus 1. So here you have minus 1 comma 0 and here you have 1 comma 0. X is equal to 1. How do you draw this line? If you draw a line which passes from 1 comma 0, represents x is equal to 1. And if you draw a line which passes from x is equal to minus 1, that represents a line x is equal to minus 1. Now greater than that. So obviously this value is 2 is greater. So this is the common region between the two. And this is also the common region. So we have to find out the area for these regions. Obviously symmetrically the two regions are same. Calculate for one of them and you get the answer. Now this point is 1 comma 0, right? This point obviously is going to be 1 comma 1 and this point is going to be 1 comma minus 1. So this length is equal to 2, right? This horizontal length AB is equal to 2. And let's say if take this point as C and this point is D, CD is equal to 1. Why? Because this point is 1 comma 0, this point is 2 comma 0. The distance between the two is 1. So what's the area of one triangle? Half into 2 into 1. So which is 1. So area of one triangle is 1. There are two triangles. So therefore the area here will be 2. That's from CAT 19. Let T be the triangle formed by the straight line. Now you have 3x plus 5y minus 45 is equal to 0. 3x plus 5y is equal to 45. Now if you divide it by 45, this becomes x upon 15 plus y upon 9 is equal to 1. Right? So this is intercept form. So this line will be 15 on the x-axis. So 15 comma 0 and 9 on the y-axis. So 0 comma 9. So this is the line. Now this is a right triangle. This is 15 and this is 9. 15 square is 225 and 9 square is 81. So this becomes root over 306. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the radius. Now we know the radius of the circumcircle in case of a right triangle is half the hypotenuse, right? So therefore the radius here will be root 306 divided by 2. Solve it, root over 306 divided by 4. Now this becomes 7 times is 28, 26, 76 point something. The closest will be root 81 which is 9. So therefore the answer here is 9. I hope this is clear to you. Alright, let's solve this question. With the rectangular axis of coordinates, the number of paths from 1 comma 1, you have a point here, to 8 comma 10 via 4 comma 6. Each step can either move from xy to xy plus 1 or x plus 1 y. So what is it that you note here? Either you go y to y plus 1 means one step vertical, or you go from x comma y to x plus 1 y, or one step horizontal. One at a time you can go either one step horizontal or one step vertical. Now between 1 comma 1 and 4 comma 6, here you have 1 comma 1, here you have 4 comma 6. Horizontally this is 3 units apart and vertically this is 5 units apart, right? So you have 3 horizontal and you have 5 vertical. You can go horizontal or vertical. You can arrange the steps as you want. You can go one horizontal, then one vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, vertical, right? This way. Or what you can do is you can take all the horizontal first, or you can take all the verticals first and then take the horizontal. Effectively, you have to arrange 3h and 5v's. What is the number of arrangement? You already know 8 factorial upon 3 factorial into 5 factorial. That is how you arrange in case of repetition. So this is nothing but 8c3, which is 8 into 7 into 6 upon 3 into 2. This becomes 56. Now you reached 4 comma 6 in 56 ways. Now from 4 comma 6 you have to go to 8 comma 10. Now from here you again see you have 4 horizontal steps and you have 4 vertical steps. So H, 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 H and V, 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 V. You have to arrange the 8. This will become 8 factorial upon 4 factorial into 4 factorial. This is 8c4. How do you solve this? 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 upon 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 3 into 2 is 6, 2 times. 7 into 2 is 14 into 5 is 70. So from 4, 6 to 8, 10, there are 70 ways. And from 1, 1 to 4, 6, there are 56 ways. Total number of ways will be 56 into 70. Why? Principle of multiplication we have covered in PNC. If you have not seen the video, do check it out. 56 into 70 will become 0, 2 and 39. So 3920 is the answer to this question. Beautiful question from CAT 2020. Let's move forward. Again, a modulus question. Area of the region satisfying the inequalities mod x minus y less than equal to 1. So what you can write this as y is greater than equal to mod x minus 1. So we all know how to draw a mod x graph, right? So this is how you draw a mod x graph. You have to take minus 1. So you shift it by 1 unit downward. So this is mod x minus 1, right? Now you have to take greater than equal to. We have discussed an inequality represents a region, not a line or not a curve, right? So mod x minus 1 greater than. How do you check? There is a point 0, 0 here. See if this satisfies. If satisfies, then this region. If does not satisfy, then the other region, right? Now mod x minus 1, if you put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, so 0 is greater than equal to 0 minus 1. So 0 is greater than equal to minus 1. That is correct. So therefore the region that this inequality represents is this. And satisfying y greater than equal to 0. What is y is equal to 0? Y is equal to 0 is nothing but the x-axis. Why? Because y is always 0 on the x-axis. And there is another line y less than equal to 1. Greater than equal to 0 means the positive side of y-axis. Another line which is there is y less than equal to 1. Y is equal to 1 line will be parallel to x-axis passing from 0, 1. Because on this line y will always be 1. To this side between y equal to 0 and y equal to 1. So this is the region. We have to find out the area. So how can we calculate? See, there are two triangles here, ABC and ADE. So what do you have to calculate? BCED. For that we can calculate the area of triangle ABC and subtract the area of triangle ADE. Very simply, this point is nothing but 1, 0. This point is minus 1, 0. This point is 2, 1 and this point is minus 2, 1. BC is equal to from minus 2 to plus 2. This is 4. The height from this point to this point, this is 0, minus 1. This is 0, plus 1. So the distance here is 2. The bigger triangle area will be half into base is BC 4 into height is 2. So that becomes equal to 4. Area of the smaller triangle ADE. You have this point is 0, minus 1. This point is 0, 0. So this height is 1. This is minus 1, 0 and this is 1, 0. So the length is equal to 2. Therefore the area will be half into 2 into 1. So this is 1. Smaller triangle area is 1. Bigger triangle area is 4. The difference is 4 minus 1 equal to 3. That's the answer to this question. Again, a beautiful question from CAT 20. The vertices of a triangle are given. So let's plot these points. 0, 0 is the first point. Then you have 4, 0, which is again on the x-axis. Then you have 3, 9. The area of the circle passing through these points is what? A, this is B and this is C. So if you see for this point, the length here, which is the length of the height, is equal to 9. From any point, the length to the x-axis represents the y coordinate. This is nothing but equal to 4. So area of this triangle is equal to half into 4 into 9. So area of the triangle is 18. Now, how do you calculate the circumradius in this case? We know a formula for area of a triangle. Area is given as ABC upon 4 capital R, where R is the circumradius. So capital R will be ABC upon 4 into A. Now let's calculate the sides. First side is 4. Second side, by distance formula we can calculate 3 square is 9 and 9 square is 81. 9 plus 81 root 90. What will be this? Now 3 minus 4 minus 1 square is 1. 9 minus 0, 9 square is 81, so this becomes root 82. So the sides are, first side is 4, another is root 90, another is root 82, divided by 4 into area is 18, right? So this is done. So that is r. So what's the area? Area will be pi r square. So pi will keep intact because it is there in the answer options, and square this. So 90 into 82 divided by 18 into 18. Now this is 5 times 41 and 9. This becomes 205 pi by 9. Answer is answer option C here. The area in square units enclosed by the lines x is equal to 2 and y is equal to mod x minus 2 plus 4. Now again, let's understand how do we draw the graph here. We all know how to draw mod x, right? Now mod x minus 2. Minus 2 is within the mod. So therefore, how do you draw this graph? Just right shift it by 2 units. So this is 2, 0. This will right shift by 2 units. This is mod x minus 2. Now outside the mod you have a plus 4. So what do? You shift this graph by 4 units upward. So this becomes something like this. So this is the graph for this equation. So y is equal to mod x minus 2 plus 4. This is the graph, right? And x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2, which is the line passing from 2, 0. So area enclosed by these lines, x-axis and y-axis. So this is the area that we are wanting to calculate. Let's see how do we calculate this. This is 2, 0. This point, this is 4. We had shifted this by 4 units. So this is 4 and this is 2. So we have a rectangle here. Area is 8. And there we have a triangle also. This is 2. And what will be this point? We put x is equal to 0. So y becomes equal to 2 plus 4 equal to 6. So this point is nothing but 0, 6. This point is 0, 4. So this length is 2. What is the area here? Half into 2 into 2. Area of the triangle. This is 2. Area here is 2. Area here is 8. Total area is 10. I hope this is clear. Again, a good question from CAT 20. With that, we come to the end. We have solved all the key questions from this topic from CAT in the last 3-4 years. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep working hard. God bless you all. Take care and bye-bye.